name is Zayred, and welcome back to more Mortal Kombat 9. I would like to personally apologize because, as I've stated before in a couple of other videos, I had to redo this one. I had to go all the way, which thankfully didn't mean I'll go back to all the story stuff like other times when my recordings had messed up. Or in certain cases where I messed up, because again, I'll fully admit I messed up a good part of this, especially with these Smoke and Sub-Zero parts. But this should be released the day after the redone Mortal Kombat 9 Part 1 video. And I do apologize for that one too, because I had no idea that the videos were being made that short. Because I originally thought that the whole thing was being done, so that and some other things will be done as well. I do apologize for not talking, but right now we're about to start Chapter 2 along with Johnny's Creepface and play as Sonya Blade. You know, I gotta admit, I'm kind of interested to see how Ronda Rousey's gonna be in story mode as Sonya, because in my opinion, with the last Sonya, she's got some big shoes to fill. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna hope benefit of the doubt. I hope she does really well. I don't want anyone to do bad in that game, because I want the game to do good, and I've actually played the beta, and I'm mad about the beta for some parts. For one, I'm glad I got my baby Scarlet as one of the characters you can play as. Thank you for that. But man, that's a bunch of stuff. God, what did they do to you, Jax? Did they make you play Special Forces? Oh look, it's the first, and look there, it's the first DLC character to be announced. At least that's what I think. I know Shang Tsung's gonna be in the game in some form, cause you're exploring his island for the crypt this time. And now we fight the brother.
Now you will feel death's cold embrace.
I find it funny the first Sub-Zero only gets 2 fights in this retelling. And now time for Sonya, who I can't play as to save my life. It could just be because I haven't had practice in this one, this version in a while. But man, do I suck at Sonya in this game. Not entirely, because there are characters I'm way worse as than Sonya. Like, ironically, considering how good I was with them in the MKX sector. But anyway, I do have to admit, one of the things that does make me mad with the beta, especially for right now, is the characters that are on there. How are you gonna have Scorpion but no Sub-Zero? Well, is this payback for the original MK3? There we go. Alright, round 2. Ha! God, I should have practiced a bit more. But I also do have to admit, there is one big difference. I do have to bring up with the story from the original timeline to this one, and that's Jax being in this prison. You see, in the original timeline, this is actually impossible, because Jax did not believe Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2 when he talked about all this supernatural stuff he saw on the island. At all. He just knew he had some contact with Sonya, and he went off for that. Also, if you want to see something ridiculous about the original timeline, Johnny Cage's death count. Sure, he nearly dies a good number of times in this, but man, let's put it this way: we're at Mortal Kombat 4. We just passed Mortal Kombat 4, so he would have died in MK3, come back to life, and then he would have come back. He would die in that, come back to life after the conflict was over, because it was actually preventing him from dying. And then in Mortal Kombat 4, he'd come back again due to the assistance of Raiden. Thanks to the fact it was Raiden who assisted him in coming back to life, he's actually fully free to live.
No, you will not be the one to challenge Shang Tsung.
You want some too? Fine by me.
You know, you kill Shang Tsung, you prevent the Deadly Alliance, meaning that... Yeah, now I think about it, that actually would prevent everything. Because I remember watching Force Tank's video where he was talking about all of his problems, all things about the MK11 showing. And he brought the fact of this timeline is better for is actually better for everyone else. Because technically, think about it. At this point in time, at the point in time they're in the time, within the actual years within the rebooted timeline we're now in, everyone would already be dead. And I know you might be thinking that's impossible, but think about it.
wins. Round
How long
two.
did that was? Because the original games were non-stop battles. Every single time, someone would go and fight again and again and again. Everything would just keep happening. There would never. It was a non-stop battle. Within this, there's been at least a few years of peace. Oh yeah, another thing I did actually forget to mention is that Sonya in this they make Sonya to be a horrible. Oh my god, I actually got him. Well, kind of a horrible mom. Let me put it this way: between the action star and the military officer,
Enough of this.
no, there's no better way to put it. Johnny was technically the better parent.
Shield your eyes.
If you don't believe me, he was angry with Sonya because ever since the beginning because she had missed Cassie's first birthday. That's not even a joke. Actually, read the comics. They're ridiculous and stupid, but to be fair, with Mortal Kombat, I kind of love that.
You aided their escape.
You allowed them to escape.
They will not get far.
Raiden, shouldn't you be wringing his
Move
neck?
it. That's an order.
So you're in charge now?
Special Forces Command, this is Sonya Blade. Where's that evac?
She is, while you can barely get up.
Affirmative.
Also, one of the cool things I do like is how young Jax looks.
No one leaves this island. I don't have time.
Hey, look, hey, look,
Out of my
it's.
way.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got both are in that game. I mean, new game. No, you don't. Oh, I do have to admit this. On my Facebook, I've actually been posting like some of the videos I've actually been getting in Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, in 11. And one of my favorites had to be whenever I defeat anyone playing Jade who thinks they actually. Well, I know that in the future I'm gonna get beat down incredibly hard. I've already had that happen to me a good number of times where one of those guys kept just spamming moves. I kind of hated that Cabal. Which made it only better when the moment I realized, okay, I now know what you're doing. It made me mad because he won only like 2 out of the 10 times we fought. He left after he won the second time. Or there was one where I was playing as Scarlet, which I'm happy about because I can actually play Scarlet in this game. Don't get me wrong, I love Scarlet. She's one of my favorite females in Mortal Kombat due to her insanity or something. I think it is just because of her insanity because I don't know, I have a thing for crazy women apparently.
Wins.
Backed into the corner.
Round 2. Fight.
I do have to admit, one of the bad things about story mode, and because this is where we get the introduction of the tag battles, which I usually do hate, but I've had to redo this so much that I'm kind of used to it. Oh no! And Johnny Cage is somewhere off screen. 10 out of 10. I could have done. 5 out of 10. I could have done better. I will admit, there is also one thing I do dislike a lot about this. Well, besides the fact you don't get a partner, that's just that it actually happens so irregularly within this. Which I kind of would like that, because there's a bunch of. I do also admit, there's a bunch of times when they should have done this again, and it would have made perfect sense. No, you don't, Jade. Also, I can't wait to see. I do hope Katana does get a trailer. Ha!
Sonya wins.
And gotcha. Nearly died, but gotcha.
Sure don't need any more surprises like them. How you holding up?
I'm fine.
Liar. After I get you to base, I'm coming back. Kano's still here somewhere.
There he is.
With him is gonna get you killed.
I trusted him,
Well, you're gonna die before she will.
but I was the one who used.
Okay, that was actually mean, but it is true.
I think our ride's here.
I also have to admit, one of the things I wish they would have done for certain characters in Mortal Kombat 11 is they have a design that makes them look near similar to how they looked in the movies. Because they actually go out of their way to get the guy who voices Shang Tsung in the movies.
Pretty boy ain't gonna say.
Also, I do have to admit, one of the things I both am okay with and not so much is the fact they changed Kano's voice. If you don't believe me, actually go and look. They actually did, and I kind of don't like that. Nothing I can do about it, but just don't like it. What is wrong with you, Kano? Where's that hedgehog? There he is. God, I hate that move. You know the funny thing is, I battled like a couple of Kanos online, and I don't think I remember any of them ever using the hedgehog move. I better shut up before I play online again. I see someone else do that. Oh no. No, no, no.
Kano wins. Round 2. Fight.
No, you don't. And sometimes pull off a big heist, you gotta take a small hit. And he did, and he took a bigger hit than I did. Oh, come on. God, I hate fighting Kano. I don't care what game it is. I know I'm probably gonna have just as hard a time of beating him in the other in the other games. No, because I remember my fight against him in MK11, where where I was playing as Sonya, had the hardest time beating him because Kano decided to basically lose his mind. I do apologize, everyone. I don't really know how to do what I'm doing.
Round 3. Fight.
Ha! God, I hate you. No, you don't. Also, I do have to admit, one of my favorite moments from that trailer is the one where young Kano is going up against Johnny, and Johnny straight up decks him in the nuts. I also admit, Kano might be the creepiest character in all of Mortal Kombat now, to me. And the reason I say is because if you don't believe me, remember Uncle Kano. And considering the fact of the way we see how he treats his son, well,
Sonya wins.
Oh man. My only question is, who would be the mother? I would laugh if it was Kira, just for the sole purpose of the matter being that Cobra has to deal with that.
Bastard.
Hey, look, it's everyone who I just beat up.
There she is. Sonya, you all right? Hey, looks like you found him. What's up, Sarge?
He's in. Hey, what are you doing?
It's okay. He's cool.
To everyone out there, I really want you to remember this scene, because this ticks me off so much considering what happens at the end of this game. The worst part is they actually bring this back up in Mortal Kombat 10.
Told you. Turns out he's a god.
Thank you, Raiden.
Gratitude is unnecessary. I have foreseen events, like memories of my future. They lead me to believe that you are all connected to Earthrealm's fate.
What have you foreseen?
Well, he's not wrong.
Shao Kahn becomes invincible. He destroys all life in Earthrealm. We will all die. I believe
you multiple times, Johnny. And Liu Kang, oh, don't even get me started on you.
Time can have serious consequences.
I'm not worried. I bet you can win this thing no problem.
Unless
you know the worst part is, considering the fact that we now know that Raiden can do that crap whenever he wants to, why doesn't he?
For now, the tournament must run its course.
I mean, he could have sent messages back to himself in the past. Why didn't he do that repeatedly? I know that Kronika is probably the reason why, but they don't know that. Oh yeah, here's another interesting thing about this. This was actually a rumor back in the original Mortal Kombat game that Kung Lao was one of the guys in disguise. In fact, God, what's the name of the game? Shaolin Monks actually does reference that, where in the opening cinematic, Liu Kang, two of the guards are actually trying to attack Liu Kang and everybody else. and then you just see a hat, and at that, he's got a hat on his back, I think. He throws it at them, turns around, takes the suit off, and reveals his Kung Lao. Which I always thought was pretty cool, despite how Kung Lao was an utter douche in that game to Liu.
Monks chose Liu Kang to represent your order in this tournament.
I am Liu Kang's equal.
You're not wrong.
To be seen.
Watch and see.
Well, to be fair, kind of like you, better than Liu Kang.
Accept the challenge.
Kung Lao.
Never mind the Lin Kuei. Now you face a Shaolin.
You will regret your impulsiveness.
You should have listened to the Thunder God.
Fight.
Alright, everybody, this one I'm going to end it for right now. This has been Zay Red, and until next time, everyone.